Welcome back to Nourish Garden, where we explore nature's hidden ways of healing. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you came in? Or paused mid-sentence, searching for a familiar name that's just out of reach? Many of us laugh it off, calling it getting older. But what if it's not age at all? What if your brain is simply hungry, starving for the nourishment it once thrived on? Modern neuroscience reveals something extraordinary. Your brain can regrow and rewire itself at any age. It's not a miracle, it's biology responding to care. The secret doesn't lie in pills or supplements, but in the foods you eat every single day. Foods that send messages of renewal, wake dormant neurons, and light up forgotten memories. Imagine your brain as a vast garden. Over the years, some areas grow dry and tangled, but the roots remain alive, waiting for sunlight and water. When you nourish them with omega-rich oils, antioxidant fruits, and vibrant greens, the garden comes alive again. Pathways reopen, thoughts flow freely, focus sharpens. In this episode, we'll journey through the science of neurogenesis, the birth of new brain cells, and discover how natural foods can help your mind stay young and resilient. We'll explore the wisdom of the Mediterranean and Blue Zone diets, uncover real stories of renewal, and learn how every meal can be an act of healing. Let me know in the comments where and what time you're watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, so you never miss a story that feeds both heart and mind. Because your brain isn't fading, it's waiting to be fed the right way. Inside your skull, billions of neurons communicate through delicate electrical signals, like tiny stars exchanging light. But after the age of 40, that constellation begins to dim. The process is natural. New neurons form more slowly, blood flow to the brain decreases, and oxidative stress begins to corrode the fragile membranes that allow cells to talk to one another. At the same time, modern life adds fuel to the fire. Processed foods, stress hormones, and sleep deprivation create chronic inflammation, a quiet storm that damages neurons day by day. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, shrinks under this invisible pressure. That's why you might forget small details or feel mentally foggy after long periods of stress or poor diet. Yet, here's the miracle. Your brain is not fixed. It's alive, flexible, and capable of neuroplasticity. This means that every experience, every thought, and every bite of food can reshape its structure. When you nourish it with the right nutrients, you spark neurogenesis, the growth of brand new brain cells. Think of your neurons as trees in an ancient forest. Over time, some lose their leaves, but with sunlight, water, and fertile soil, they sprout again. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and flavonoids are that sunlight and water, feeding the roots of memory itself. So the problem isn't that your brain is aging beyond repair. It's that it's waiting for you to remember how to feed it, with the very ingredients nature designed for renewal. And that's where our journey turns next, into the foods that can rebuild the brain from within. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your kitchen turning into a small apothecary, a place where every color, aroma, and texture carries healing power. Nature has already designed the perfect menu for brain renewal. All we have to do is bring it to the table. Start with fatty fish like salmon or sardines, oceanic sources of omega-3 fatty acids that rebuild neuron membranes and keep the brain's electrical impulses clear and strong. These oils are like insulation on your brain's wiring, protecting thoughts from short-circuiting. Next, picture a bowl of blueberries, deep indigo and bursting with antioxidants. Their pigments, called anthocyanins, sweep through your bloodstream like tiny guardians, fighting oxidative stress and inflammation, two silent enemies of memory. A handful a day can enhance focus and even support new brain cell growth in the hippocampus. Then comes the golden root of renewal. Turmeric. Its active compound, curcumin, boosts BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a growth hormone that encourages neurons to multiply and connect. Add a pinch of black pepper, and you unlock curcumin's full potency, turning an everyday curry into a neurological tonic. Don't overlook leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens. Their folate and lutein act like natural armor, preserving cognitive clarity. Or walnuts and flax seeds, which mirror the shape of the brain itself. A poetic hint from nature that they belong there. Finally, sip green tea or ginseng, ancient companions for concentration. They bring gentle caffeine for alertness and calming L-theanine for focus without anxiety. A balance your brain loves. Each of these foods isn't just nourishment, they're signals whispering to your neurons. Grow, connect, remember. And the beauty of it all? You don't need a radical diet, only the consistency to let nature work her quiet miracles. To understand how powerful these foods truly are, let's step into the world of modern neuroscience, where microscopes meet miracles. At Harvard Medical School, researchers discovered that people who followed a Mediterranean-style diet rich in olive oil, fish, and leafy greens had brains that aged nearly 5 years slower than those on a standard Western diet. Meanwhile, studies from UCLA showed that omega-3 fatty acids not only improve memory performance, but actually increase the gray matter volume in the areas responsible for learning and decision-making. Another fascinating finding comes from the blue zones, regions like Okinawa in Japan or Sardinia in Italy, where elders live vibrant, mentally active lives well into their 90s. Their secret? A diet abundant in vegetables, legumes, and healthy fats, combined with sunlight, community, and purpose. Their meals aren't counted in calories, but in connection to nature, to culture, and to themselves. On a cellular level, foods high in polyphenols and flavonoids, like berries, cocoa, and green tea, protect neurons from oxidative damage. Think of them as gentle bodyguards, standing at the gates of your brain's chemistry lab, shielding delicate circuits from toxins and stress. Curcumin from turmeric has been shown to elevate BDNF levels, which scientists call miracle grow for the brain. This isn't alternative medicine. It's measurable biology. MRI scans show sharper neural connectivity in individuals who maintain these eating habits for just 12 weeks. In other words, your grocery list can literally change the architecture of your mind. So when we talk about eating to remember, we're not speaking metaphorically. We're talking about feeding your neurons the raw materials they need to rebuild. Proof that healing the brain begins with what's on your plate. Now that we understand the science, let's bring it home. Into your kitchen, your morning routine, and your daily rhythm. Healing the brain isn't about strict diets or counting calories. It's about creating gentle rituals that feed both body and mind. Start with your morning ritual. Prepare a brain boost breakfast. A warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh blueberries, crushed walnuts, and a drizzle of honey. Add a cup of green tea. Earthy, fragrant, quietly energizing. This combination floods your brain with omega-3s, antioxidants, and polyphenols, setting the stage for sharper focus and calm energy throughout the day. For midday meals, think balance and color. A Mediterranean-style salad with spinach, olive oil, grilled salmon, and turmeric dressing gives your neurons the fuel they crave. Replace refined oils with cold-pressed olive oil, liquid gold for cognitive longevity. During the afternoon slump, instead of reaching for sugary snacks, try a handful of nuts or a piece of dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. These small swaps stabilize blood sugar and protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Movement matters too. The brain loves oxygen and circulation. Even 10 minutes of walking after meals enhances blood flow and supports neurogenesis. Add mindful movement like yoga or tai chi to balance your nervous system and clear mental fog. And never underestimate sunlight and sleep, the twin healers. 15 minutes of natural light boosts vitamin D and serotonin, lifting mood and memory. Deep, consistent sleep is when the brain consolidates memories and cleanses itself of toxins. Your nightly reboot. These aren't chores, they're acts of self-kindness. Every mindful bite, every deep breath, every sunrise walk becomes part of your brain's healing story. Your kitchen isn't just a place to cook, it's your quiet laboratory for transformation. Meet Elena, a 55-year-old graphic designer who once described her mind as a foggy screen. Deadlines slipped through her memory, conversations blurred, and her creative spark dimmed. Doctors told her it was just aging, but deep inside, she refused to accept that her best years were behind her. One morning, standing in her kitchen, she decided to treat food not as fuel, but as medicine. She swapped sugary breakfasts for oatmeal with blueberries and walnuts. Lunch became a colorful bowl of greens, olive oil, and turmeric-spiced chickpeas. Evenings were slower, herbal tea instead of wine, quiet walks under sunset light. At first, the changes felt small, but within weeks, something shifted. She began finishing her projects faster, remembering details effortlessly, even recalling old songs she hadn't thought of in decades. Her friends noticed too. Her laughter grew lighter, her eyes brighter. Elena later learned what was happening. Her brain was rebuilding itself. The omega-3s from walnuts and salmon strengthened her neurons. The antioxidants from berries swept away years of oxidative damage. The gentle rhythm of her daily movement reignited blood flow to her mind's deepest centers. But the real transformation wasn't only biological, it was emotional. She felt connected again, to her work, to her body, to life itself. "It's like my mind woke up," she said, "and suddenly I remembered who I was." Her story isn't rare. It's a living testament to what happens when we return to the foods our bodies understand. The path back to mental clarity isn't hidden in labs or luxury clinics. It's growing quietly in our gardens, waiting on our plates, whispering, "Feed me, and I'll remember for you." Think back to that moment we started with, standing in a room, trying to remember why you came in. That fleeting confusion no longer feels like a sentence. It feels like an invitation. Because now you know. Your brain isn't fading. It's simply asking for nourishment, movement, and light. Every meal you prepare, every mindful choice you make, becomes a quiet message to your neurons. Keep growing. Keep remembering. The same foods that fueled long-lived elders in the Mediterranean and blue zones can awaken that same resilience in you. Right here, right now. When you add color to your plate, the golden hue of turmeric, the green of kale, the blue of berries, you're not just eating, you're painting your brain with vitality. Each flavor is a note in your memory's symphony, reminding your cells of the rhythm of life they were meant to play. So the next time you stand in your kitchen, see it not as a chore, but as your own healing sanctuary, a place where science meets soul. Because food isn't just what sustains you, it's what restores you. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below. Share one food or habit that helps you feel clear and alive. And don't forget to subscribe to Nourish Garden for more stories where nature and neuroscience meet to heal the mind. Your brain has been waiting all along for your care, your attention, your love. Because every meal is a chance to remember who you are again. Your brain is not your past, it's your potential. Each bite of real food revives dormant cells. Each mindful breath rewires pathways of calm and clarity. Nourishment is memory, and memory is life. Feed your mind with nature's gifts, and you'll discover that forgetting was never a sign of age, but a signal to begin again.